Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today we have a scenario from Alvaro Hernani, and this is about mercenaries. Switzerland is famous for two things, neutrality and mercenaries, and you are the latter one. The Russian fleet was crippled at Tsusima just a few weeks ago, and it's now in Vladivostok preparing for the journey back to their European ports. Letters from many European countries are in front of you, asking you to finish the Russians. China wants the Manchurian Railway back. Japan is still eager to prove themselves as a new global power. Germany is ready for a war and with the Tsar, and having supremacy over the Baltic will help them in future campaigns. And Austria, as Germany is ready for war, uses this time to keep the Russians in the Black Sea, out of the Mediterranean. I can pick whoever I want to help. Now, about the year, I had to skip it from 1900 to 1907 because it dictates that the Russian fleet is supposed to have 2 battlecruisers, and those things don't pop up before 1907. So Tsushima is actually a little bit longer ago, or just ignore the 7-year difference. It's not really that important. Now, I can pick whichever nation I want to use. If you decide to help China or Austria, you will have 1900 technology, which I paralleled to the Russians, which means 1907. I will have 1 battleship, 2 battlecruisers, 3 light cruisers, and 3 destroyers. So I'll be having the same level of tech, but I'll have a battleship less, a battlecruiser less, a light cruiser more, and a destroyer less. If I decide to help Germany or Japan, I'll get 1912 tech. Originally it said 1905, but I'll just add 5 years to 1907. I do, however, get a smaller fleet. I only get 1 battlecruiser, 2 light cruisers, and 2 destroyers. 5-year tech difference is really not that significant. Especially in these years, it's not that much. So I'm going to go with helping the Chinese. Also, because I haven't played the Chinese for a while. This means I get a battleship, I get 2 battle cruisers, 3 light cruisers, and 3 destroyers. You must destroy every battleship and battle cruiser, so I have 5 ships before me that need to go down. Because you were a mercenary, your employer will provide you with their fleet, meaning you have to use what they have. So this translates into I don't get to design my ship. That means that I'll just have to improvise and hope that the AI doesn't shaft me with a couple of really terrible ships. This means that I believe I can use a quick start and auto-design all the ships. I know, that means that the shipbuilding phase is not going to be part and parcel of this particular video. But don't worry, there are 2 more videos coming up, Saturday and Sunday, of Ultimate Admiral. And in those, I'll definitely be building ships again. So this time around, improvise. Use whatever the AI hands you and hope that it's going to be sufficient. Here we go. What did we get? We have the battleship Jishin. This ship has 13-inch guns, which are Mark III, so they're not that bad. They're firing lead-out to propellant, which means pretty high potency of doing fire damage. And on top of that, they got wing turrets. Nice, wing turrets and bow and stern-mounted turrets, so a broadside of 10 13-inch barrels. A couple of 7-inch casemates, some 6, some 3, and 1. What's that about? 1 whole 2-inch gun amidships. As an afterthought, as the designer thought, you know what, we still have one of these lying around, whatever. Yes. Yes, minimum bulkheads. You gotta make it challenging. Then we have the 2 battle cruisers. The Huainan and Xi'an. These have many bulkheads. They displace almost as much as the battleship. Battleship doing 28,000, these things doing 21,500. They have 11-inch guns, 4 in wing mounts, and 2 bow and stern, so that's a broadside of 8 11-inch, and 1 8-inch secondary. This is going to be a rough fight against those ships, especially the smaller ships. Hopefully the light cruisers can do something against those. We have a whole 3 6-inch turrets and 4 2-inch turrets. 1 bow and 1 stern torpedo tube at 18 inch at 42 knots, ranging 4 clicks. Many bulkheads. And then there are 3 destroyers. What is that? New Jautoa? Or something like that. I'm not going to try that one again. 1 whole 5-inch on the bow and 1 on the stern. And 4 torpedo tubes. Same range, same speed, same type. Bulkheads? Few. Good lord. Okay. Does the battleship even have any kind of armor? What armor is that? Harvey armor? Jesus, this is what I get when I play Mercenary. This is not great. Follow these guys. And the light cruisers also to follow. And the destroyers to scout. Because the enemy's been spotted to the north, so let's see if I can find them. I don't have a lot of faith in the Zhixing. If this thing gets hit, it might very well flood very, very quickly. Anti-flood 2. Lyddite 2 propellant. Barbette 3, that helps. Reinforced bulkheads 1, that also helps a little bit in trying to prevent flash fires. You know what? Let's just have the light cruiser. Okay. The battleship is opening up. We have a belt armor of 9.6 plus about 50%. At this range, 13, we're somewhere between deck pen and belt pen. So let's say rounded down to 12,500. That means that I can pen or get penned for 13.5 inches of belt armor. That's pretty terrible. Because that means that they can go right through if they have 13-inch guns. But they might not have those. 1, 2, 3, 4 main turrets and a bunch of... what's that? 8s? That's some fairly large caliber guns. Lots of casemates as well. Okay, the destroyers. I want you guys to go and make a torpedo run against those battleships. Because I think that that's possibly going to work. Possibly. Unfortunately, we have them so far spread out that effectively I'm using single ships here for an attack. Let's see. They seemingly haven't spotted me yet. That's interesting. My battleship and battle cruisers are already opening up, but they're not getting any return fire in. Oh, there we go. Damage to the main gun? Already? Wow. So we hit the turret, and not just that, we actually did damage to the turret. Whereas usually the turret is the most heavily armored part of the ship. Maybe there's hope yet. They still haven't seen me. Don't torpedo unless otherwise directed. Identification, 36%. There we go. Now they've spotted me. They spotted the Zhixin. And they're opening up. Zhixin is capable of returning fire with just about all the guns. Except, of course, for the port wing turret. Let's hope that it will be sufficient. Oh, it seems like the DD is also coming under fire now. 5.2 clicks. Yep. The battleship with those secondaries and potentially the casemates is starting to return fire. Here we have what I believe to be a battle cruiser. Couple of main guns. Port, stern, yeah. Sorry, port, star, bow, and stern. Not to be confused with knees. What was it again? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. 4 clicks. We're very close, but that battleship is turning. So I guess it's time for me to start turning too. These DDs are probably not going to survive the battle. The problem is few bulkheads. And, of course, getting shot at with some fairly large guns. That sucker just continues to zigzag, making it very difficult to get an accurate hit. Range, 10 clicks out. If I push in too much, the chances of me getting killed are severe. So I'm going to turn out, even if that means risking a full broadside hit. Fire on the DD. It overpens a 7-inch shell from the battleship. Are you still turning? Somewhat. 86% ID. Come on, 90%. I want the rest of the destroyers here. Come on, come on, come on, 97%. Hold. We have the Admiral Senyavin. A ship with a pretty bad turning circle and standard complement of bulkheads. Anti-torp 2. Okay, I'd say that's a pretty decent target for a torpedo attack. We're going to attack and then immediately turn away. The rest of the destroyers should also be making their way towards the target. Yep, there we go. There is an angry smokescreen over here. And I think that I haven't checked the gun caliber yet. 12-inch guns. Can you do something with those against my battleship? Or not? You can. You definitely can. Yeah, I'm going to take severe damage if I get hit by those. In reverse, what can the Jishin do against the Senyavin? Not that much. My chance to pen is less. Okay, you torped. Time to get out. Very good. The first salvo's on the way. If these torps don't disperse too much, could be a nice 4 hits. Since sonar and hydrophone haven't been invented yet, the battleship really does not get that much warning. They get a bit more visibility because they're relatively quick, but not enough for the battleship to act. Oh, there we go. They already spotted them. Out to a range of 1.2. Okay. The destroyer seems to be absorbing a lot of fire. So far, alive. But that can change at any moment. There's another salvo from... Good lord, this thing must be a logistical nightmare. 12-inch guns, 9-inch guns, 8-inch guns, 7-inch guns, 6-inch, 3-inch and 2-inch. I would hate to be in charge of resupplying that ship. That seems like a lot of work. Now the rest of the fleet I still haven't seen. They also have a heavy cruiser. They also have... Oh, sorry, they have 2 lights and 2 DDs. Oh, this looks good. That looks really good. That was what, 513 damage? And flooding in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 compartments. Not bad. And, as I was hoping, it was going to make a pretty decent thumbnail. There we go. Alright, buddy. Let's see how well you stand up against a full hit of 4 torpedoes. I might not have the DD survive this, but the damage is done. That battleship is in severe trouble. Time for the next one, the Jingxing. As the Admiral Senyavin is trying to hose for its life. Taken on water very quickly, down to 60% buoyancy. 50. 40. Come on, can we add some more to that? The battlecruiser is a pretty terrible pen. I'm hoping that I can do the same thing against that second battleship. Senyavin, good as dead. 3% buoyancy, 2%, 0.3, 0.9. They're trying to hose it out. Dead. 1 battleship, sunk. Nice work. That is really good for a start. The Nu Jiaotoa... That's a lot of vowels after each other. New Zhao Tuo is the one that got the kill there. Actually not dealing that much damage in straight up damage, but the flooding damage was enough. Next up, Jingsheng. But it looks like the battleship here might be slowing down, trying to avoid its sinking sister ship. That's potentially problematic. It's going to mess with my torpedo prediction. How is this ship going to behave? It's turning a bit. Come on, Jingsheng, just torp. Just torp. Don't worry about it. Come on. Torpedoes are on target. It's not going to pass in front of the ship. Send it. Thank you. Wow, your buoyancy control is fantastic. Because this thing was very much underwater. And it just healed itself up almost entirely. What is that? Anti-flood 1? Anti-flood 1, so sailors and buckets. That's what anti-flood 1 comes down to. Sailors and buckets. Veliki kniaz, Mikhail. How are you going to handle yourself against the torpedoes? Because it's... Is it slowing down? You used to just be able to click on one of these, and there we go. See what speed it has. 13.2, 13.1, 13. That's not good. That's going to throw off my torpedo prediction. Jingsheng just took a small hit. Nothing too bad. 12 damage by the battlecruiser? Also, what is this guy doing? Good lord. 16 damage was done by the Jishin. Yeah, right. Yeah, that ship is going to very much dodge. Okay, I do consider the battleship to be the majority, or to be the bigger threat. That means 12-inch guns here, 11-inch guns there on Kursk, Tomsk, and something else. Bulkheads? Many. Okay. Time to rip open the Veliki. Just dumping a few torpedoes into her side and hoping that that's going to fix it. In the meanwhile, let's have the other DD come back. By the time that she's ready to go again, she should be reloaded. And in range. There is one thing. These things are pretty fast at 27.5 knots. But that also means that their turning circle is pretty shit. Their turning circle is 809 at full speed. Are they doing full speed, I wonder? How does this thing not open? There we go. 20. Yeah, these two are. Oh, sorry, this one is not Kursk. Tomsk is. Maybe because the other ship is not yet at full speed. Torpedo attack ready. 3.9 clicks out. Time to smoke up. Just run straight at it. What are these ships shooting at? My battleship. Jishin, which still hasn't taken any damage. Though I always have to be careful when I say that, because more often than not do I end up jinxing myself. Now we did get a pretty decent hit against this ship. 13-inch guns hit the main tower, damaging it, and causing damage to the fire control system, but seemingly not causing any kind of structural damage. Which is curious, because that superstructure looks pretty beaten up. I was thinking that it would take a bit more damage than that. Range, 3-1. Now the battleship doesn't really seem to evade anything. There's no wreck. There's no course change on my ships, or at least nothing too severe to cause this thing to react. So let's see if I can also open this thing up with 4 torps. In the meanwhile, the other one, almost ready. Smokescreen ready in about 90 seconds. Range, 2.7. Speed, 15 knots. And increasing. Ship speeding up. Range 2.6. I'm going to start turning to port. I'll probably be at 2.4 by the time that I complete that turn. My light cruisers also come with some torpedoes. But just bow and stern, wasn't it? Yeah, and they're almost in range of the battle cruisers. I just don't really think that they have a lot of chance to actually do damage against those, with a 14% chance to pen. Range 2.2. Okay, I got quite a bit closer there. 2-1. That means that the moment I dump those torpedoes in the water, the battleship is almost instantly going to see them. This is the area you can still pretty safely approach a battleship with a destroyer without immediately getting blown up. Because the guns are just not that accurate, especially on a battleship which has damage to the fire control system. Because these guns now have an accuracy of about 2% or something in that margin. Alright, light cruiser. You have one bow and one stern tube. The light cruisers are not supposed to survive. I mean, they're not supposed to die, but they're not a mission critical ship. All it says is that I need to do damage and I need to sink the battle cruisers and the battleship. Well, battleships, but I already got rid of one. Let's zigzag a little more. Light cruiser to the rescue, or at least to the torp run. And you have your smokescreen ready. But it seems like the battle cruisers are still a bit distracted. This one with the 6-inch guns is going for a DD, but a different one. Not the ship that's closest. Now it looks like the battleship might evade quite a few. I'm going to think, or I'm thinking I'm going to get at least one hit, maybe more. Are you paying attention yet? Yes, you are. Okay. The battle cruiser Kursk has now engaged the light cruiser, which immediately decides that it wants to leave the formation. But that's not really what I want to do. I want to try and get a torpedo run. Even if it is just one torpedo, it'll help. Because the 14-inch guns, the 6-inch guns really aren't going to do that much. Okay, we hit 1, missed 3. Not great. I want you to come about. Oh shit, you're going to return torpedoes. Well, I think that the Xinjiang, or Xinjiang, is not really going to be any sort of torpedo hazard anymore. I mean, the ship will probably sink before I even get a torpedo away. Any opportunity now? Come on! Yes, torpedoes away. Just before the ship went down. Just before she went down. The Kursk immediately detects it. But that is not necessarily a problem, because she might not have time to do something about that. Let's set a smoke screen and make sure that I keep this ship alive. Because I still have 2 more salvos on this ship. Torpedoes are away. Okay, you survived one run-in with a battleship. Let's see if you can survive another. Although, these are battle cruisers. Jesus, you're still flooding? Damn, they really did a number on you. Still flooding. 39% after one torpedo attack? Oh, is the Kursk going to avoid it? Just about. Yeah, she's... Nope. The hitbox was large enough. That was 300 points of damage. Anti-torpedo reduction, only 1. Alright, let's see if we can torpedo the Tomsk. Normal alignment. Torpedoes are away against the Tolyatti. Has she spotted those? She has not, but I have detected torpedoes coming in from the Tolyatti. Kursk is still flooding. We finally found one of their destroyers. That took me long enough. The problem was, however, that most of my ships did not have any good capability to deal with destroyers. I'm not carrying that many secondary guns. Incoming torpedo. Maximum turn. Turn. Oh. I survived, but good lord. If I'd spotted that torpedo about 2 seconds later, I probably would not have been able to throw the rudder around. Now my torpedo is on the way to the Tomsk, but my chances of hitting it are not great. And the other ship, the Tolyatti, completely dodges all the torps. So that's not going to work. In the meanwhile, the Jishin, the Huainan, and Xi'an are still trying to hit and kill off the battleship, while at the same time working over the destroyer that's coming their way. Don't torp. Jingsheng is ready but doesn't torp yet, unless otherwise directed. Lai Wu is going to be in trouble. It's probably going to be dead. We're going to have another similar torpedo run in here. Nah, she's probably fine. How are you doing flooding-wise? Only 88%, or rather 88% of buoyancy remains, meaning that this ship is perfectly fine. Did I torpedo again? Yes, I did. This torpedo was sent from the Lai Wu against the Tomsk, but then the Tomsk decided to make a port course correction and dodges the torpedo. Okay. Chance to pen is still only 37%. Let's go for a couple of HE salvos. Flooding! It's more like it. Kapitan Konon Zotov. Torpedo range 6.1, but she's not using them. More flooding inflicted. Buoyancy 38. Whoa, there goes the Lai Wu. Due to structural damage. What happened exactly? You got hit by a torpedo from a battlecruiser. Okay, that's my mistake. I'm just dumping high explosive into the side of this ship, hoping to open up more flooding. But I'm also a bit nervous. Because if the battleship Jishin gets hit by the torpedoes from the Capitan, then she has a serious hazard of sinking. Uh-oh. That's going to be really close. No, that's gonna... Is that gonna hit? Yeah, I'm gonna hit one. Crap. Chance to pen, up to 46%. Decent, but maybe not deadly enough. Buoyancy, 20%. Come on. Whoa! That's not expected. There goes the battleship. Jishin is dead. Crap. This battle cruiser is also firing Lyddite armor, or Lyddite ammo. Mains on that one, secondaries on that one. Don't get your ass killed off. Chance to pen, 26%. Yikes. Alright, I think we need to find the... Or rather, not so much find, but clear up the destroyer and the light cruiser threat here. We got light cruiser Bogatyr and destroyer Zvonky. How many guns do you have? 1 3-inch on the bow and amidships, and 2 5s on the stern? That's a curious build. The light cruiser, 7-inch guns. Just the 2... Oh, a whole lot of 3s and a torpedo tube. Okay. Mikhail is still somewhat flooding, but I'm not sure if it's enough. Do I torp or do I not torp? Ship's dead in the water. She's an easy target. Go. Torp it. Do it. Because I'm not sure how quickly my battlecruisers can get rid of it, and I rather need the battlecruisers alive. So just torp it. Come on. Torps away. Well done. Smoke it up. New target, Zvonky. Zvonky has launched her torpedoes, so she's not a torpedo hazard at the moment. The DD here is also halfway through reloading, so should not be an issue. All guns on the DD. Ignore the battleship for a bit. And hope that you have enough armor to either bounce the shells or dodge them entirely. Those torpedoes should finish off that battleship. And meanwhile we're going to do it's a bit of skirmishing with the destroyer here. That was not a good attack. I only carry 2 guns. And then they're probably hydraulic. So the chance to turn those around in time is terrible. I'm going to have to try and get the torpedoes from this destroyer onto this Zvonky. How are the lights? Still got the Zhaoyang. Did the other 2 go down? No, we also got the Xingjiang. Sorry, that's my DD. And the other DD. So I did lose a light cruiser. Torpedo hits the battleship. Flooding her again in 3 compartments. Oh, nice work. That's their DD. Okay, swing those torpedo tubes to the port side and use them. One's been destroyed. Oh, crap. We are 200 meters out. Torpedoes away. Say goodnight. Say what? What? Excuse me? You're a 900-ton ship. I just hit you with 2 18-inch torpedoes. Could you just behave like a proper little ship and sink? Or instantly get destroyed? Because this was not really what I was expecting to happen. I thought the Zvonky would be dead to rights after taking 2 torpedoes, but no. She's not. In the meanwhile, the Huainan is taking some flooding. But with many bulkheads, I'm not too concerned. It looks like we need to kick another destroyer down. With 11-inch guns. And the light cruiser Bogatyr is still a threat, potentially. Look at this guy! It's almost like he controlled the flooding. You kidding? That was supposed to kill you, don't you understand? How did... What? That's so weird. Full salvo against the destroyer and misses everything. Now, I don't exactly know where the battle cruisers are, and those are the main targets. So I still have some work ahead of me. Let's speed this up to 3 times. You have got to be kidding me. This DD is just refusing to sink. 2 more fires. Buoyancy dropping. Ah, the Lebed. Serious flooding. Some fire. Come on. Let's go for a turn, because she did drop some torpedoes. I'm just not sure at which battle cruiser she did that. Yeah. That's sort of halfway. Okay. Nuts. Oh well, they're not 1940 ships, they're 1912. Oh, sorry, 1907 actually. So I guess it's no surprise that my chances to hit are pretty bad. Oh crap. What's your turning circle? 935. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the gift from the Bogatyr. Definitely going for the Xi'an. That must have been her prime target. Lebed is almost halfway to reload point. She only drops 2, right? No, 2 per side. Interesting design for a destroyer. Not necessarily a good one or a bad one, but I'd say it works better when you're trying to raid a convoy than when you're trying to go after a couple of ships like I am. A couple of ships that actually shoot back at you. Don't torpedo. Because apparently this thing has a better torpedo blister than the battleship. As it's... This thing got torped twice and just didn't even flinch. Soviet engineering. Can we finish off the Lebed, please? No, we can't. Okay. We also got the Dmitry Pozharsky. All I have to deal with that destroyer is 8-inch and 11-inch. Focus on the Bogatyr. My chance to hit that one are about 10%. Oh, no you're not. No, Lebed. That's a bad idea. There we go. Fire and flooding on the light cruiser. Hold up. Somebody else was trying to torp me. That's the other light cruiser. And there's another salvo. Maximum bulkheads. On a light cruiser. I hope that that won't save you. Alright. Fuck it. That's the last torpedoes from the Begongli. I hope that 4 more torpedoes against the Zvonki are going to sink it. But I have my doubts. I have my doubts. I've seen what this thing takes. And, well, hold up. Do they even hit? Yeah, they'll probably hit. But it means I'm running a little low on torpedoes to use against battle cruisers. Here we go. Take this little one. What the fuck? What? Her structural integrity barely dropped? Sure, she's flooding. But that was 5 torpedoes on this ship. I sunk a battleship with 4. No way in hell maximum bulkheads is just going to save this ship. Or are they? Look at that structural integrity. Just remaining at 48. And the buoyancy actually getting pretty quickly back up to about 10%. Where's my light cruiser at? All the way back here. Xiaoyang. Incredible. There's torpedoes everywhere here. Could you guys cut that out? That was the Lebed. The heavily damaged Lebed still doing a torpedo salvo. She still carries 2. Bogatyr still carries 11. Mind you. And yep, Zvonki will survive. Nuts. Nuts. Smoke up and get ready to get out of here. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to use you as a ram against the Lebed. The other battle cruiser still trying to push in. Attempting to do 32 knots. Not quite getting there yet. Huainan getting a couple more hits in on the Bogatyr. This thing has torpedoes all around. So I'm pretty much fucked wherever I try to go. Finally. Good lord. Did you finally understand what I wanted you to do? It took me a long time. Zvonki. 15% buoyancy and holding. Full salvo against the Bogatyr. A little bit of damage. I'm expecting the stern torpedo to throw one gift my way now. Whoa. Try not to hit the own ship, right? That's a friendly right there. Flooding. That light cruiser has a 46% chance to pen my battle cruiser? What the hell? I mean, sure enough, it is a 7-inch gun. But come on. Oh, my gunners are drunk. Again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Cut that out. Fortunately, I was already turning, but had I not, I probably would have eaten 2. My god. At this rate, I won't have any shells left to deal with the battle cruisers. And the fire on Bogatyr. These Russian ships, guys. They are so freaking tough. That's 11-inch high explosive against the non-existent armor of a light cruiser. If I fire armor piercing, I'll probably fly right through the ship. But the first ingredient to sinking any ship is trying to hit the damn ship. There we go. Ammo detonation. That's a quick way of getting rid of a ship. Now, we still have a hostile DD over here in the form of that incredible Svonky. This is the survivor of 5 torpedoes. Speaking of, let's try not to replicate that level of success from the DD. It is flooding. Can we finally have more water outside the ship than in? Or sorry, there we go. Finally. Good. It was rather the other way around. Can we have more water inside the ship than out? Now, light cruiser. More that I need this thing dead because it poses a torpedo threat. But I still need to find the battle cruisers. I have no idea where they went. And either they're really slow and they're maneuvering away from me, or, well, I don't know, they're retreated? But the AI doesn't do that in custom battles. And unfortunately, because I still have line of sight on one of the ships, it's not going to tell me where they are. So it's not going to say, hey, smoke's been spotted to there. Because I still have line of sight on a ship. And I think that the game sort of supposes that the ships are usually operating together. Hello. I didn't quite see the launch, but I was kind of predicting that it was time to make a course change. Not too soon. Not too soon. Because she is opening up and she is trying to damage me. Alright, steady course. Flooding, fire. More flooding, more fire, but that was one of those maximum bulkhead cruisers. Come on, guys. More fire, engine 3 damaged. She's ready on almost all torpedo tubes. There she goes. She just launched one. Uh-oh. I can throw the engine just to full reverse or nothing, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. No! No! I don't wanna. Okay. Hernani has been hit by 2 torpedoes, but if she's anything to go by the Russian standards, she'll be easily able to survive that. Okay, what do I still have left? Not that much. I still got a very healthy light cruiser. My 2 battle cruisers, Jean and Hernani. And, well, they are somewhere to the northeast. The remainder of the Russian fleet. But where? They could be a really long distance away. Especially since the game is showing me I can do times 10. This is going to take a while. Where are they? Seriously though, that proud Soviet engineering, the way that that thing survived that many torpedoes, that was scary. Could you just... Oh. Herp a derp. I put it down to 0 speed because I was trying to dodge torpedoes and then didn't put it back up. Buoyancy 59% and holding. Speed limited to 22 knots. Still no idea where the destroyer is going to find that cruiser group. I know that I torped one. The other one is a bit... I think a bit damaged. But I'm not sure where they are. Where would they be going? I did quite a lot of course changes, so it's going to be hard for me to predict exactly where they went. I think they just continued steaming to northeast at their speed, if it was at about 30. So it's going to be difficult to catch them. Because my ships are doing 32.5, at least one of them. The other one is only 22 knots. Now, what I did sink was 4 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, and 2 battleships. So arguably, the Russian fleet's been crippled. And in keeping in line with the story, I'm going to say that these 3 battlecruisers got away. I didn't quite fulfill the entirety of the contract, because I didn't sink the battleships and the battlecruisers. But I did get a couple of bonuses in the form of killing the light cruisers and the destroyers. Because they don't have anything left but the battlecruisers. So, bit of a stalemate, this one. The Russian fleet managed to get 3 of their battlecruisers back home, but the battleships are gone, and their escorts are gone. So I'll leave it to you guys down below in the comment section. Did I win? Did I not win? Because I did manage to lose a battleship. 2 of the battlecruisers are still alive. I managed to lose a light cruiser. 2 light cruisers. And I think all my destroyers are alive. Yeah, so the loss is not that bad. Anyway, that'll be it for this video. Let me know. Did I win this one, or was this a sort of Pyrrhic victory? I'm not too sure. Let me know down below in the comment section. And I'll see you guys soon for another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts video.